Welcome to our Season 9 reunion. I'm the show's creator and your reunion host, Carlos King.
Heard accusations from me about Maurice.
You don't say, Kimmy, Maurice cheated. I asked you directly. If you knew something, I want you to tell me. And I would want you to tell me prior to walking around town implying it. The little underhanded, like those comments, I'm not cool with them ever.
If you look over the years, you haven't heard me make many comments pertaining to you and Maurice. I ask questions about topics that are big in the media at the moment.
I don't care what is popular on social media.
And that's
there was a whole popular social media about whatever you did to your ex. And we didn't sit down every day and talk about whatever bad butt job you got. Nobody talked about that.
Kimmy and Melody have had their share of arguments, but this time it was more than just small-scale arguments or behind-the-scenes rumors. It was serious. Some fans think the situation stems from long-standing, unresolved issues, while others believe this was all a power move to gain control. Therefore, was there a larger game at play here, or was this feud the product of long-standing resentment? We should dissect everything.
Really that deep for me, Kimmy. It was a key moment.
My point is, I anticipate key moments. I take them on the chin, but when I give them back, then it's a problem. When you decide that it's reasonable for you to talk about whatever it was you heard, but when we talk about what we heard, then we're in trouble. We're in trouble
with who?
And we gotta have a meeting with Mel.
We're in trouble. No.
Again, when we're gonna have a conversation, most of my conversation in that moment was, no, I don't want to talk about that.
Because you had made it clear to me that when it came to his ongoing case, you didn't really want to have discussion surrounding that. So I said, Again, trying to respect, I said, I ain't talking about that.
Melody was never merely a member of the cast, rather, she was the main character of The One, causing drama and ruling reality television. Whether it was through ostentatious friendships or jaw-dropping moments, Melody, who knew how to work the system, from the moment she showed up, made friends with the important players, made sure the biggest storylines were all about her, and consistently managed to be the fan favorite. She didn't just respond to the drama, she created it. For a long time, Melody's influence made her untouchable. If she betrayed someone, the rest of the cast would typically follow suit. Her hold on the story was unrivaled, and anyone who dared to disagree with her ended up on the losing side of the viewers. Although she had the final say over who was allowed to enter and exit, as well as how the drama was perceived by everyone, such authority is short-lived. Eventually, Melody's empire began to show signs of weakness, and some of her closest friends started to doubt her intentions. They began acting independently of her, rather than simply following her lead. Her plan didn't always work out because she began to hear rumors of backstabbing and covert deals, which suggested that Melody's rule wasn't as stable as she had believed. Then the betrayal started. One by one, the people she had once trusted started to turn against her. She was characterized as manipulative by some, others simply grew weary of trying to follow her rules. Once Unbreakable Empire began to disintegrate, the coalitions that had protected her were breaking down, and rumors of her demise became more persistent.
I just feel like at the end of the day, when you have mature people who are wanting to, just enjoy life and move forward in a great space in life, it's easy to get along. Like, getting along shouldn't be hard. And that was my thing. I used to say that and people was looking at me funny, but now I think they get it. Like, I'm not used to having to have sit-down conversations all the time about issues with people I call my friends. I've never had to do that. And so it gets very draining, and that's kind of where I got.
Since Melody had dealt with drama before and knew how to handle it, she initially dismissed it, but this time it felt different. She had completely underestimated the person who was causing the power shift, in addition to her usual rivals. Then, without warning, Kimmy unexpectedly changed the course of events and disclosed a shocking truth that left everyone stunned. Kimmy was the cast member who hung back and was known as the Quiet One for years. She played the game differently than the others, watching, listening, and waiting while they competed for attention. Although Kimmy avoided the mess and picked her battles carefully, she was still paying attention, unlike Melody, who flourished in chaos. Kimmy was trying to figure out how to dissect the drama while Melody was busy managing the situation. She saw the rifts in Melody's relationships, the small betrayals that were piling up, and the changing dynamics between the cast members. And she acted when the time was appropriate. This power shift was more than just another reality TV feud. Kimmy was taking on Melody for more than just the show. She was fighting the entire system that had long kept her hidden. She knew she would have to take a drastic step if she wished to escape Melody's hold. Whether it was revealing a secret, pointing out covert alliances, or challenging Melody's cast, she did something that would make a huge difference. It was Kimmy's move that rocked the show. Stars rushed to take sides, fans were in disbelief, and Melody was put on the defensive for the first time. This was only the beginning, though. The game had changed and would never be the same.
I had said I was gonna take it easy on Lauren because you know she's been out sick and she just getting back. But y'all see she came back on it. Like she what? I was gonna take it easy. I was gonna take it easy on her.
As soon as I came in yesterday, you said, old people got that.
Yeah.
What you got? What you got?
Yeah, what is it?
Everybody I tell, they got, old people got that.
Yeah.
What you doing with that?
Yeah.
What I have them.
That thing that start with a V.
With all of the arguments, drama, and alliances that made Melody such a force on the show, what if I told you that the person who defeated her wasn't just an adversary, but someone she trusted? Her greatest downfall was caused by a member of her own crew, not an enemy from the outside, which made it even more devastating. Everything seemed laid back at first. Despite having her devoted group of friends and family by her side, Melody was unaware that one of them had already turned the script, and they would strike when the time was right. Instead of simply blaming Melody, Kimmy played it clever. She was accumulating intelligence and waiting to reveal something unexpected. Not only was Melody taken aback when she did, but everyone was as well. Long-kept secrets, whether they involved covert partnerships, intimate conversations, or dubious transactions, spilling out at once. The evidence was all in Kimmy's favor. Even Melody's closest friends began to doubt their own assumptions, and things only got stranger from there. According to rumors, the entire takedown was planned long before it actually happened, so this betrayal wasn't just a random drama. There are those who believe that Kimmy and several other cast members had been plotting Melody's demise for months. Was this the culmination of years of repressed annoyance, or was it a calculated move to alter the balance of power? One thing was certain though, Melody's reign took a severe blow and there was no recovering from it. Fans believed they had seen it all, but Kimmy did something no reality star had ever dared to do, so the drama didn't end there. During one of the most outrageous moments in the history of reality TV, Kimmy broke the fourth wall by speaking directly to the cameras and ignoring the cast and drama, which destroyed the illusion that viewers had been exposed to for years. Things became even stranger when she exposed the producers for manipulating storylines, shielding certain cast members, and not always being as true as the so-called reality. She did this instead of following the predetermined plot lines.
Doesn't necessarily mean that the road was not rough. So she can keep her advice. You trying to reach some of your goals are gonna be incongruent with some of the goals he's trying to reach. You just gotta find a happy medium.
I think she believed that they have done that. They're there at that point in their life.
And so he had to cheat to get there? What works for one person doesn't necessarily work for the other. It's like she's kind of grooming you to be a mini male.
And that's not gonna happen.
Well, she's trying to create a male junior.
But why?
Like a mini me male.
I just wanna be me.
I really think Mel wants somebody that wants to be like her. If you handing out blueprints, that means you want a duplicate of you. Tisha's happy in her skin. She needs to pick somebody else.
Our situation is different, right? So it's not cheating on me.
Exactly.
So it's like, no. It has taken a lot of work to, get to us to where we're at right now.
There was a time he didn't want you to get your license.
Melody had lost everything, but she returned strong, carrying receipts that made a huge difference. Kimmy had revealed her secrets, but she wasn't going down without a fight. Behind the scenes, Melody had been working in silence. When it came time, she struck hard after gathering evidence and planning a counterattack. A mysterious social media post was the first step. There was more to the story than what had been captured on camera, despite the post's initial ambiguity. Beyond just her and Kimmy, Melody alluded to a much larger conspiracy. Her meaning immediately captivated fans who tried to figure it out. Could she be referring to covert manipulation? Did she possess information that could alter the feud's entire plot? They leaked recordings, which was the shocking revelation. These recordings weren't just anyone's. These were audio snippets that showed Kimmy's covert setup. Talks between producers and important players were discovered in the tapes, exposing Kimmy's possible use as a pawn in a bigger scheme. Melody wasn't the antagonist in this story, as the recordings demonstrated. She wasn't simply deceived by Kimmy. Rather, she was the object of a setup from the beginning. Kimmy unwittingly or intentionally played right into the hands of the producers, who appeared to have planned a lot of the drama. But with these receipts in hand, Melody decided she would not tolerate that and began a full-scale campaign to regain her job. It was more than just self-defense. It was regaining authority over the forces that had attempted to overthrow her. The reality TV queen's admirers gathered around her, wondering if this would be the final comeback. Was Melody going to take back control? Though only time would tell, Melody's comeback was certain to be among the most spectacular in reality TV history. Ultimately, the tension between Melody and Kimmy was about power, control, and the unseen forces at play.
I think Dustin has a point, and sometimes it's hard to hear.
Her eyes were moist too.
When she said, "I'm sorry, I love you," yeah, we thought they had a turning point in St. Thomas. Like, by the time we got back, things were very different. Than the energy, Destiny had by the time we got back was different than what we thought we saw while we were there.
What was the true victor of this conflict? Did the producers plan the whole drama to make the show more interesting for viewers? Or did Melody respond with explosive truths? Or did Kimmy appear to gain more authority as the feud continued despite the betrayal? A more comprehensive view reveals that the feud was a struggle for control of the show rather than merely a personality conflict. Kimmy's ascent to fame indicated a change in the dynamics of the show, which had been dominated by Melody for years. Was this all part of the producer's grand scheme to keep the drama going and the audience interested? Or was it a change of leadership? Not only did this feud impact Melody and Kimmy, but it also changed the show's overall dynamic. Viewers would never again perceive the cast members' relationships in the same way. They were beginning to wonder what was real and what was being staged for their amusement, and they were no longer only watching for the drama. It's unbelievable how Kimmy reversed the roles. She played it so cool, and now she's the one everyone's talking about, one user commented. There's more. I genuinely believed Melody was untouchable, but Kimmy revealed everything, and now she's the celebrity. Although it's uncertain at this time, I sincerely hope Melody can recover from this. We thought it was over, but then something even more significant was about to happen. The stakes were higher than ever, and everyone was wondering who would win in the end. Would Melody return, or was Kimmy prepared to unseat her as reality TV's dominant star? Melody and Kimmy's explosive confrontation left fans in shock. The show's entire trajectory was altered by the betrayal, the truth, and the startling revelations. However, the consequences of this conflict will continue to cause disruptions for weeks to come. What will happen next? Will Melody take back her place, or has Kimmy permanently cemented her position as queen? Anything is possible because of the new alliances being formed, the covert plans being developed, and the producers still being in charge. Guys, what are your thoughts? Will Melody return, or will Kimmy become the new reality TV queen? Tell me what you think below.